Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Oh my goodness, that light is extremely bright. Okay, how's everyone doing today? Hanging in there? Another beautiful day. A little cooler. I woke up freezing this morning. I had my window was open, a little tiny crack, and I was freezing, so I wasn't expecting that. But I guess it's better than boiling. Apparently, it's better to sleep in a cool room. You get a deeper sleep. So, good morning. Sore elbows. What did you do to your elbows? That's a strange place to be sore. Oh, so I have a nice, relaxing practice planned for you today. Slightly different, maybe, but as always, I often have ideas and then I flow intuitively anyway, so we'll see what comes out of it. So for today's practice, we're actually going to start in child's pose and see where that leads us. So if child's pose is not a good pose for you, for knees or hips or any other reason, you can also come onto your back and draw the knees in. So similar sort of pose, but on your back. So beginning in your child's pose, and we're going to come to the most comfortable version of child's pose for you, for your body. So just allowing yourself to settle in and soften through the hips, soften through the belly, allowing yourself to ease your body in slowly and gently. So taking your time to ease in. We'll soften through the forehead, soften through the belly, and start with a nice full breath as you settle in. Relaxing through the inner thighs and the belly, relaxing through the heart center and the shoulders, the shoulder blades. Thinking about that space between the shoulders, really softening in between the shoulder blades. And that will allow the heart to melt down. If the forehead doesn't touch the floor easily, you can take your forehead to your block and just rest there, or a cushion or whatever you have available. You can also use your hands. So just letting go here into the stretch that you're feeling. And maybe you've got your knees together and your arms are behind you, or any other version of that. So wherever you are, focusing in on the hip flexors, the whole foundation becoming a little heavier and softer. As you breathe into your body and into this practice, almost as though you're breathing life into it. Thinking about, people walking through, thinking about a deeper level of softening as you drop in with each breath. And the more deeply you turn to your inner self, the more the outside world begins to fall away. And the inner world begins to brighten up. And you're better able to see what's happening on the inside because you're not so focused on what's happening around you. And as we know, our yoga practice is a prime opportunity for getting to know yourself better on those levels, where you can deepen your awareness of what it is that affects you through your breath, through your stretches, through what happens as you go into them and out of them, and all that arises for you in those situations. So deeply softening into your body with all of that in mind, and remembering, even though we may practice yoga regularly, it's always a new experience. It's always a brand new body, a brand new pose. And so when we approach it that way, we're looking at our yoga from the beginner mindset. And as I often say, we tend to fall into patterns. We tend to fall into, okay, I know when I do this, I usually feel this, or when I move this way, this usually happens. Or maybe we fall out of being in ourselves because we're focusing on the way the teacher is talking or something else that may be happening in the room. Always alert and attentive to how we are reacting, how we may be triggered, or how our body is affected, and how our body and our mind are both affected. So let's take another few cycles of breath here with all of that in mind, thinking about what your intention will be for your practice today. Working with your 3-part breath, full expansion from the lower back to the middle and all the way to the upper back areas, with the intention of purifying, cleansing, and clearing blockages, taking 3 more 3-part breaths here. How much more can you soften into your pose with these breaths? Good. Now taking a moment to set your intention for your time here. Choosing an intention that is specifically, particularly an active in the mind type of intention. So something that's been maybe weighing on you, or something that you need some clarity on. Maybe you need some assistance with. And holding that intention in your heart as you breathe into it. And when you're ready, we're going to come to standing on the knees and bring that intention into our movement. So coming to standing on the knees, we'll have the knees about hip distance apart, and you can do this standing as well if you prefer. On the inhale, reaching all the way up to the sky, gentle back bend. Exhale, coming forward and hovering above or coming down, up to you. Reaching the fingertips back behind. Inhale, reaching up. Big breath, lengthen through the waist. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, reach. Noticing all the subtle movements in the shoulders and taking on these movements like it's the first time you're doing them. Noticing all that's happening in your body and your movements. Making any adjustments you need to here to make this feel better in your body. Bringing in that intention into your stretch. Keep the heart lifting. Making this a moving meditation. We'll take another 3 cycles of breath. Keep the heart center lifting. Keep that length in the torso. And we'll take our last cycle of breath here. And exhale, coming back to the heart. Repeating your intention to yourself. And when you're ready, we'll set our foundation for tabletop. Coming into freeform table to begin with, releasing tension from the neck, shoulders, spine, and hips. Making sure to keep the fingertips engaged. Allow the breath to flow freely throughout. Noticing the areas where you may be holding a little bit more tension. Taking another 3 cycles of breath. Good. And when you're ready, we're going to come to downward dog, stepping forward. So coming into a safe downward dog, internally rotating the arms. Have enough space between your hands that your shoulders can really open. So I often see people with their hands too close together. And this it closes off the shoulders often, not always. So really feel this in your body. Don't just take my word for it. So we're internally rotating the arms. We'll come up onto the toes, lift off the knees, press the hips back, engaging the fingertips. Let's take a few cycles of breath here as we bend and straighten the knees. Breathing into the body, breathing into the tighter areas. Allow each breath to guide you. Feeling that nice stretch in through the Achilles and through the calf muscles. Expansion in the breath as you move with each exhale, lengthen and stretch through the front of the body, let the heart melt. Bending the knees and feeling that lengthen through the lower back. And another breath or 2 here. Fullness in the exhalation. Good. On your next breath, we'll come to the knees. Bring the body weight forward. Keep the shoulder blades anchored on the upper back. So we're going to come to plank on the knees for a moment. Adjusting yourself so that you feel strong in your plank. So making sure elbows are softly bent, shoulder blades are strong on the upper back. Feel your back foot, feet, and the inner thighs. Big breath. Now on the exhale, hug the elbows in, bring some body weight forward. Hug the elbows and hug the ribs. Breathe here as the hips stay high. On the exhale, lower the hips and plant your foundation through the pelvis and through the tops of the legs. So we're going to do a little breath flow here, taking a moment just to settle into your pelvis. Make sure that there is no bony parts being uncomfortable. So you'll definitely want to have a blanket under your hips if you're on a hard floor, unless you've got a super thick mat. So taking the fingertips under your shoulders, point the forehead down. So we're going to be focusing on lifting through the crown of the head. Now as we lift, we're going to lift our palms as well, if that feels good. Otherwise, if you feel you need that support, keep the palms planted. Keep the elbows close to the body. So we don't want our wings out. We want our wings tucked, like perfect little angels. On the next inhale, brush the chin out, lengthen through the crown of the head. So we're going to very slowly and gently lift one vertebra at a time, up and breathe. On the exhale, we'll come down. Now, as you come up, also feel your lower body. What's happening in the lower body as you do this? So let's try one more time with the hands down. Inhale, lengthen through the crown, connect through your pelvis, through your thighs and the tops of the feet. Big breath. Hug the shoulder blades together, open the heart forward. On the exhale, come down. So see if you can keep all of that in mind. Next time we're going to lift off the hands if possible. Inhale, rise through the crown of the head. Keep the lower body firm. Lift the palms and breathe. On the exhale, come down. Plant the forehead. Keep your wings close, and a big full breath. Let's try it again. Inhale, brush the chin out, lengthen through the crown of the head, tuck the wings in, feel the lower body supporting, big breath. And exhale to come down. Plant the forehead and breathe. So we're going to come up 4 more times. Inhale, brush the chin out, lengthen, lift, lower body engaged, and breathe. And exhale to come down. Full breath here. Inhale, brush the chin, lengthen through the crown. Big breath as you rise up. And exhale to come down. Breathing here. 2 more cycles. Brush the chin out, lengthen, lift through the crown, breathe, and exhale to come down. Full breath. Last one. Inhale, brush the chin out, lengthen through the crown, lift the heart, lift the ribs, lift the palms, and breathe. And exhale, lower. Breathe. Beautiful. Bringing the hands out in front, arms in front. Plant the forehead on the back of the hands and just rest here with neck long. Take a deep, refreshing breath. Settle in here for a moment, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the heart center. Noticing the sensations you're feeling in the lower back area. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to come up into half bow. However, we're not going to stress the lower back too much, very little. We're going to reach back with the left hand, find your foot or your ankle. You can also use a strap here or a hand towel if you can't reach. So just grasping hold here of the ankle or the foot. Now draw the toes back. What I'd like you to focus more on is the thigh muscle. So feeling that stretch in through the quad. We're going to draw our heel toward our seat and then draw the shoulder back at the same time. So there is a slight amount of stress in through that lower back area, but not too much. I want you to focus more on the thigh muscle. So we feel that opening in through the left shoulder and chest area. Now imagine the crown of your head is lifting just a wee bit more. We're going to take 3 breaths. Breathing here. One more breath. On the exhale, come on down. Take a deep, refreshing breath. And noticing sensations here. Preparing for the second side. Reach back. Right hand finds the foot or the ankle or your strap. Start by grounding into your front hand. So this is part of your foundation, front hand and arm. Draw the heel toward the seat so you feel that stretch in through the quad immediately. When you're ready, draw the shoulder back so there's a wee bit of lower back engagement here, and breathe. So we're really opening in through that right shoulder, keeping the breath flowing, crown of the head lifting. Good, one more cycle of breath. And on the exhale, release and take a refreshing breath here. Okay, when you're ready, we are going to ease back into child's pose just for a few cycles of breath. So take your time. Easing back. I recommend here knees together if possible. Arms in front or behind, up to you. And soften through the lower back. Now as you breathe here, think about breathing into the kidneys. So right into the lower back. Expansion in through the lower back. And if you like here, you can even just gently tap on that area. Gentle tapping just to awaken that area. Our kidneys and our adrenals are our battery pack. We often overtax this area with things like caffeine, sugar, stress, not sleeping properly. So our yoga practice really helps to balance that area. Let's take a few more breaths here. One more breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And easing back into your tabletop, setting your foundation and preparing for thread the needle. So we'll start with the right hand to the sky. As you ground into the left hand, let the navel draw down. So we'll get a little bit of a bowspring spine here to prepare. So just let the navel draw down. Now as you ground into the left hand, we'll reach up toward the sky, big breath. And thread the needle, bringing the arm all the way across, as far across as you can comfortably. Now plant the shoulder on the mat or on a cushion. Reach through the left arm, lock the heel and the ankle, and gently lean into the right hip. Keeping the breath flowing with ease, full expansion, right into your battery pack, right into that kidney area again. And we'll take another 3 big breaths here. Last big breath. And gently drawing that left hand back down, coming back to your table, and rolling it out in freeform table. Deep, refreshing breath. And we'll prepare for the second side. Grounding into the right hand, left hand reaches to the sky. Big, big breath here. And exhale, thread through all the way across. Carefully plant the shoulder. Reach out through the right arm. Cross the ankle with the foot. And gently lean into left hip. Breathing here right down into your kidneys. Full expansion into the lower back area. Using your diaphragmatic breathing to expand that area. Last 3 big breaths. And gently drawing that hand back down under the shoulder. Release the arm from underneath. Back to your table. And working with some cat-cow here. And this practice will be labeled releasing the stress from our kidneys and adrenals, addressing adrenal fatigue, which a lot of people are dealing with right now. So just taking another 3 or 4 big breaths. Beautiful. And we're going to come back to our dog just for 6 cycles of breath to really flood that area with fresh oxygen. So setting your foundation for downward dog, engaging your fingertips, press back, breathing into the back body, gazing through the knees. Let's find length in through the lower back. So however that feels good for you, whether the legs are straight or bent. So finding length in through the lower back. Make sure your foundation is strong. Make sure you're firmly rooted into your fingertips and fullness in the breath. we'll exhale back to the knees and make our way onto the back. And draw your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. And gently rocking from side to side. Massaging the back. And stirring the knees around in big circles. Switch directions. And a cleansing breath. Reaching the arms up over the head. Take a deep full body stretch through the right side body and through the left side body. Big breath. Straight down the midline, big full breath. Good. Bringing the soles of the feet to the sky. Coming to happy baby. Now here we can either use our ankles, hold our ankles, or we can hold through the baby toe side of the foot. So I often see people doing this in their inside of the foot, and they can do strange things to the feet. It's not the optimal way to do it. If it's the only way you can do it, of course, go for it. I recommend soles of the feet to the sky for many reasons. Allowing the knees to draw out on the other side of the shoulders. Sometimes I see this as well. So we don't want the knees on the inside of the shoulders. We want the knees on the outside. Set your hips free. And keeping the soles of the feet to the sky, gently rocking side to side, massaging through the kidneys and the adrenals. Giving that area a nice massage. Keeping the breath full and expansive. And with each exhale, maybe letting those knees draw down toward the earth. We're going to take another 6 cycles of breath here. And really utilizing that exhalation to deepen the stretch if the opportunity is there. Drawing those knees down toward the earth. Last cycle of breath. See if you can find a new edge. And a deep exhale. Good. On your next breath, we'll bring the soles of the feet together, just hanging out here. Hi, BB. And breathing here into the lower back as you press the lower back and the sacrum flat into the mat. And when you're ready, we'll place the feet down. Take a deep cleansing breath. And pressing Right leg over left, just like you're crossing your legs in a chair. And we'll bring the arms out to the sides in a T. On the exhale, easing over the left side. And if this feels like too deep of a stretch for you, you can have a cushion or a block just underneath to rest onto. Sending breath into the side body, right into, especially in through the lower side body. Let's shapeshift our diaphragm to expand. Right into this area. Working with full expansion. And we can gaze over the right shoulder. Deep, full expansion on the inhalations, keeping the right shoulder drawing down toward the earth. In your last 6 cycles of breath here. Again, focus deeply on that inhalation, full expansion. On your next inhale, gently easing back. Feel the back body flat on the mat, uncross the legs, and just pressing the lower back flat into the mat. Crossing left leg over right, easing over the right side. Exhale as you come across. Taking any cushions you need here to support you. And drawing the left shoulder down toward the earth, gazing over the left shoulder. Focusing on breathing into the lower back area, lower side waist and lower back. Fullness on the inhalation with full expansion. And taking your last 3 or 4 long breaths here. Inhale right up to the top of the breath. And on your next inhale, easing back. Uncross the legs. Press the lower back flat into the mat. Giving yourself a big hug. Forehead to the knees. And if it feels good, rocking gently side to side. Getting that nice roundedness through the back. And coming back, straighten the legs out, take another deep full body stretch. Stretching through the right side body. Big breath. And the left side body. Big breath. And straight down the midline. Full breath. Good. And for our final pose, we'll work with bridge followed by supported bridge. And supported shoulder stand. So we'll start with 6 cycles of traditional bridge, taking the feet to hip distance apart. If you like here, I'll give you the option as well. Take the block between the upper thighs. Give the block a little bit of a squeeze here before you lift. So we're going to ground into the 4 corners of the feet, palms face down beside you. Feel your foundation supporting you as you slowly lift up. Engaging through the inner thighs. Roll the shoulders back underneath. Engaging your foundation. Choose your arm placement. Fingertips to the sky. Or interlace your fingers underneath. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Keep the neck nice and long. Find the fullness in your pose, full expansion. And breathe fully into the belly. I think we got another few cycles of breath left. Fullness right into the navel. And on your next exhale, let's take our block and place it underneath. Resting down onto your block or whichever prop you're using. So your block, if you're on a traditional sized block, you'll either want to be on the first setting or the second setting, not the high setting. I wouldn't recommend. So grounding into your foundation first. Lift the feet to the sky. Lift the hands to the sky. Let's be here for a few big breaths as you stay attentive, as always, to all that's happening on the inside. Notice sensations. Notice breath. Notice all that is arising on the inner landscape on a physical level, as well as mental and emotional levels, spiritual levels. Just simply aware of what's happening here. Somebody wants out. So before we make our way back down, let's take another 3 big breaths. Fullness on the inhalation and a long, slow exhalation. And when the time is right for you, go ahead and lower the feet, lower the arms. And then resting For another 6 soft belly breaths in supported bridge. If you wish, you can come into goddess, bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees drop away and the arms up by the ears, or in cactus. You may even want to have your hands on your belly as you breathe, soft belly breath. And you can just take your fingertips to your navel. So do what feels best for you right now. On the inhale, breathing into the navel. Exhale through pursed lips, soft belly breath. With each exhale, relax. The whole abdominal area relaxes. Through pursed lips, like you're blowing out a candle. Last cycle. Fullness on the inhale, complete fullness on the exhale. Fully empty. Coming back to your natural breath. Allowing yourself to just rest in pure awareness of physical sensations, all that is arising in the mind, the emotions. When you're ready, easing off and gently making your way down to the mat. Feel the lower back flat in the mat. Let's give ourselves one more hug, forehead to the knees. Gently rocking side to side. And finding your Shavasana when you feel ready, taking your props, blanket, bolster, eye pillow, neck support, and allowing yourself to settle in, relaxed. Starting with 6 soft belly breaths, once again, in through the nose, fullness, full expansion right to the top of the breath. Exhaling through pursed lips. Let that exhale be as long and slow and drawn out as possible. Allowing the weight of the body to settle as you breathe.
On your next exhale, emptying, letting that exhale be as long as it possibly can be. Fully emptying the lungs. And allowing yourself to deeply soften and settle, relaxed through the physical body and the mind. Resting in a state of beingness where you are simply aware of all that is arising in this moment in yourself as you feel a deep sense of self that means for you. Slowly beginning to deepen the breath as you become aware of the weight of the body on the mat. Wiggling fingers and toes, rolling wrists and ankles. Taking a deep full body stretch and a big yawn and a full body smile. When the time is right, easing over onto your right side. Taking some time for grounding and centering and reflection on the intention that you set at the beginning. Slowly, at your own pace, transitioning to a comfortable seated position as you maintain your focus and attention inward. Sitting up tall as you lengthen through the crown of the head. Taking a deep, refreshing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Holding a sense of gratitude and nourishment in your heart. Let's take a moment here to share all of our wonderful, magical, beautiful vibrations with someone special in your life. And let's bow to the divine light that shines from each one of us, connecting us as one. Namaste. Thank you for being here, for sharing this moment, this slice of time, precious time, and enjoy the rest of this wonderful day and all the opportunities that arise for you. We'll see you. Bye. Lots of love.